Most people think of, when I say the word integrity, right? What I really mean, and I want to make sure that you guys understand that I mean, is not like morality, more like workability. There's a way that we train our brains, there's a way that we train our subconscious, whereby when we say something, right, and then that inner voice starts dealing with fear, or how am I going to do it, or how am I going to accomplish it, or any of those number of questions that goes through our heads, there's a way that we condition ourselves whereby if we've developed a muscle called when we say we're going to do something, that's just what's going to happen. The chatter that occurs in the background that literally runs and drives our lives, over time, if you develop that muscle called, when I say I'm going to do something, I do it. That's just who I am. That's the kind of person I am. That's the kind of results I'm after in life. You're training your subconscious. Now, what happens, I used to use the analogy of when you guys all know somebody in your life that says they're going to do something, but they kind of have a track record of getting real excited about this or that or the other, and then they just don't really follow through, right? And so if they say, for example, I'm going to run for mayor. Now, do you lend a lot of weight or credibility to their word? Not really. How about that person, for example, we all know someone that's, we tend to call them, like type A, right? How many of you know that person that when they say they're going to be somewhere, they show up on time every time? If they say they're going to do something, you can just pretty much count on it's going to be done. How many of you know somebody like that? Right? Now, when they say they're going to run for mayor, how might you hear that differently? How might you perceive that differently than the person who always has lots of ideas, very little or very inconsistent follow-through? How might you relate to the person who always shows up, always does what they say they're going to do versus the other?
You're going to back them up and support them and believe what they're saying they're going to do.
You're going to look for, especially if it's somebody with whom their ideas you actually believe in are consistent with what you believe in, truly what you said is you're going to look for how can I support you, because you've already decided in your mind that's happening and I want to be behind that. Do you get what I'm saying? That muscle, that conditioning of your subconscious literally happens by first training yourself. By first training yourself, now, here's what it requires. For some of you, I've had the opportunity of spending a week to 10 days with some of our top producers. And some of the things that they grapple with is, how do I grow my business when I'm already at the point where I feel like I'm pulled in lots of different directions, and there's lots of things in my life that from the outside looking in can be kind of messy. How many of you have ever experienced that? Right? Where you feel like when you're growing, it causes messes in other areas, right? Here's the thing. Having a relationship with what you say matters to you, or what you say you're committed to, really causes you to start getting real clarity about what you actually commit to. That's the defining factor of making progress in any area of your life that you're actually committed to making progress in, is having a relationship with your word and having clarity about what you're committed to in such a way that now that's what you focus on. And you're actually looking for what actions are consistent with that. The more you practice building that muscle called conditioning yourself to where your word matters, it matters to you. It matters to you that other people would relate to you as someone who, when Elizabeth says she's going to do something, when Elizabeth says she's going to be somewhere, when Elizabeth sets a goal, you might as well just count on that's happening and nothing will blow her astray. That's a pretty powerful way of conditioning both your subconscious, but also the people around you. Because do you get better results when your community around you actually aligns and supports what you say that you're out to accomplish? Do you get better results when that happens? Or what kind of results do you get when already you deal with yourself, like you relate to yourself, as someone who, yeah, I know I said that, but I don't really believe it. And on top of that, you have trained the people around you to disbelieve you as well.